This weekend at Canterbury Park on Saturday is Caged Chaos, MMA fights. If you like mixed martial arts, then go to CanterburyPark.com for more information, with the fighting beginning at 6:30. And joining us now is a local product, John Castaneda, a graduate of Waconia High School, currently a student at Mankato State University, and he will be taking part in Caged Chaos Saturday night at Canterbury. Mr. Castaneda, it's Paul Allen. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Tell us. It's okay, thank you. I don't want to say everything sucks, because then you might put some kind of MMA sleeper hold on me, and that'd be good for the audience, man. I'd be out for the final hour and change of the show, but I don't really feel like taking a nap at this stage of the morning. What Cage Chaos at Canterbury, what can people expect?
Oh, they can expect a lot of local talent, a lot of Minnesota up-and-comers, a lot of WEC and UFC veterans, big names in the fighting world. Zach Pisola, Billy Christensen, Courtney Buck, a lot of good fights going on. And there's also some girl fights on the card.
What happens when the ladies mix it up with MMA? Does it get kind of physical and aggressive?
Yeah, the crowd goes nuts. Yeah, it gets pretty wild in there, especially all the drunk and rowdy old men.
Hey, you think these ladies who take part in MMA, if they were to run into a certain guy who was kind of bugging them at 1 a.m. on a Friday night, could the women whoop the asses of the men?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they could hold their own. A lot of the girls that do MMA are lower weight classes, 135, 145, but I'm sure they could beat up a pretty well-sized man, yeah.
The event is Caged Chaos at Canterbury Park. It is this Saturday night. Fighting starts at 6:30. Tickets begin at $30. Information online at sterlingmn.com. John, tell us about yourself. How did you get into mixed martial arts, and why did you go this route and not the way of boxing?
Well, out of high school, I've wrestled basically like my whole life. I'm a lot into the sports of like one-on-one contact. Right after high school graduated, I thought, why not just give it a shot? I tried it, wrestling's a big part of MMA, so it was a good transition into the MMA world.
Yeah.
And then basically all you have to do is just learn your boxing, Muay Thai, striking, and it all fits together perfectly. I'm making good progress. Learned quick and adapted pretty fast, so I'm loving it.
John, what's the key to taking a punch? In other words, nobody wants to get punched in the face, but say you get caught off guard and you get punched in the face, it can't be boom goes there. There's the dynamite. You have to be able to bounce back and try to win. So when you get popped in the face and your whole body becomes warm and everything, how do you respond from that?
Well, first of all, you should be covering your face with your hands and try to not get hit in the face to begin with. But if you do, basic defense skills that you go over and practice day in and day out will help you get out of there. Circle out, whether it's, shoot for a takedown or, just keep your guard up the whole time and you'll prevent getting hit in the face.
John Castaneda is the name, Waconia High School graduate, currently a student at Mankato State University. He will be fighting local journeyman Brandon Abrego this Saturday night. It's MMA in Shakopee at Canterbury Park. We call it Caged Chaos. You can get more information at CanterburyPark.com. John, how did you want to become somebody who works in fighting? In other words, I would imagine you've probably played other sports, maybe football, which is a physical sport, whatever. How do you end up going the way of mixed martial arts and or fighting?
Yeah, I played various sports throughout high school and middle school, baseball, football, wrestling, but, it honestly depends on what kind of person you are. I've always been at one-on-one contact, In football, there's like a whole team behind you, and I guess like in MMA, there's a team aspect to it as well, but ultimately it's basically just you versus one other person, and it's like the work that you put in is what's going to get you the win,
John, is this your first professional fight? I read you're 14-1 as an amateur. Your only loss coming by a decision earlier in your career. This is your first professional fight. It's coming up soon, right?
Yep, my first pro fight. I was a 14-1 amateur. Lost a decision early in my career. My pro debut against Brandon Abrego, who I had a original opponent of Nick Schmicke, but he had a staph infection, which is yeah. So Brandon Abrego thankfully accepted the fight on short notice, so I'll be making my pro debut this Saturday.
A staph infection? He had like some skin disease from male-on-male contact?
It's not from male contact. It's a lot more from, going to practice and not showering, which is a big mistake that a lot of people do, yeah.
Really? So you practice, you battle man, and then you don't shower after that, and then all of a sudden
you get all sweaty, all that disease and bacteria and stuff, and then you just don't shower.
So some kind of aggressive fungus grows on your body, and you go sour.
Yeah.
Hey, man, best of luck this weekend, okay? Thanks for time on the radio, and you know what? I might bring my kids down to watch the MMA on Saturday night. If my kids are 11 and 9, do you think it's suitable for kids that age?
Oh yeah, it's an all-age event. We try to keep it pretty organized. Tickets start at $30 and go to $60. All the table and cage sides are sold out. And but it's all kids. All kids are welcome.
Hey, John, I understand you speak fluent Spanish. Can you test my Spanish dialect a little bit?
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Paul, and ¿cómo estás hoy?
Soy Pablito y señor Sandriente en las carreras, amigo en las carreras. Hey, I call Vikings games. We have a game on Spanish Heritage Day. Can you do me a favor?
Yep.
How do you say boom in Spanish?
Boom.
Like boom.
I think that's just one of the words that just, translates over just directly into the Spanish language. Maybe you can, throw a little Spanish accent on it, but I think it's boom as well.
Well, it can't possibly be boom, man, because it's like taco is taco, but goodbye is adios. So what's close to boom? I mean, what's close to like pow or boom, or how do you say kick?
Kick?
Yeah.
You say kick patada.
Say it again?
Patada. P-A-T-A-D-A.
Watch your language in front of the ladies, okay? I'd like to say if you don't watch your language, you little 20-year-old, I'd come down there and kick your ass, but you'd probably have me in a sleeper hold in 10 seconds. Hey, man, I look forward to meeting you, and best of luck, okay?
Hey, thanks a lot, Paul.
That's cool, man. I like the outside of the box stuff like that. John Castaneda. Adios, mi amigo. Caged Chaos, Canterbury Park this weekend. The fighting begins at 6:30. Information at CanterburyPark.com. And tickets are available at SterlingMN.com. John Castaneda and Las Carreras.